Hello and welcome to a new episode of Mario Paint Monday, Season 10, Episode 4, Secluded Bridge. I feel like immediately upon looking at this one, it's pretty hype that the bridge is just a little offset. Speaking of offset, my TV needs to be rotated. Please hold. Is that cooking? I think that's cooking. My TV was rotated outwards because of people being here on the weekend. And I guess I did not rotate it far enough back inward. Like Squidward, but inward. Kind of vibe we're getting here. I try and like, yeah, there we go. I try and hook the cable of the Mario Paint mouse onto the analog stick of my GameCube controller so it like doesn't flop around so much. I don't know, this is a nice painting. I like this one. It's got good vibes. It's got a lot of greens and blues going on. Which that can be a little tricky sometimes though, if a painting uses a lot of similar tones, that can sometimes make it a little difficult to like decipher things within the Mario Paint cover. If you may. I can't really... We could use this, I think, to like try and get some like dark tones, but at that point, is it just putting on dark blue? Is that all it's doing for me, basically? Because this tone is literally just the light blue and the dark blue, like, checkerboarded on each other. So I don't know if this is actually really doing anything for me using this tone right now. Now that I think about it. Oh, first try, huge. There we go. And the background, like the part I'm doing right now, it's just kind of like pretty abstract, honestly. Do we use this one? Yeah. Huh. This one becomes like black. Because it's this versus this. This one's like ever so slightly warmer. I guess this one works better though. Okay. This one's ever so slightly like a darker tone. Just put some little trees here, as they would say. Why is it not like... Like, am I going blind? Why is it doing that? Is it showing it on the capture card? Like these like blue pixels here, you can see it on the capture card on the stream. Like they kind of like blur over a little bit. Why does my capture card look so bright? Am I insane? Why is it so bright looking? What happened? Is the cable not like plugged in properly? Why does it look like that? I feel like I'm going actually insane right now. Like, it looks so bright. Like, did I do something to fuck it up? Because it looks like wrong. It looks incorrect right now. I mean, I definitely didn't change anything. I definitely did not change anything. What did happen? I could try the other cables? I don't think that did anything for me. Weird. I guess I'll just stick with it for now. I'll have to look at that like at a different point in time. Cause yeah, I don't know what to do about that right now. I don't want to like spend too much time going through the settings. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Like maybe it looks fine and I'm just like going crazy. But I haven't I haven't looked at my Mario Paint recently and been like, oh, that looks really weird. Yeah, why is this blue doing this? Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, if I do this and I do this, has it always done that? Am I insane? Has it always done this? Huh. I entered a different dimension today. I'm in a different universe than I was yesterday, apparently. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's happening anymore. What year is it? Yum. I've just never seen like it overlay like that. Maybe I unlocked a new quirk, a new vision ability in my sleep. Maybe. You know, I was readjusting my glasses. Like, I don't know, with these glasses, like, I've just been, like, adjusting them, like, over the course of the last, like, few months. Because I feel like, I don't know, I'm like, oh, they're sitting too high, they're sitting too low, they're blocking my nose, they're doing this, doing that. And I got them from Zenny, so I didn't get them from, like, an actual, like, in-person iPlace. And so I never had, like, the, oh, let's, you know, adjust your glasses for you. I never had that. I was just like, oh, I gotta do it myself, I guess. And like, I called like this optometrist in town, and they were like, oh yeah, since like you can come in and we can like try and adjust them for you, but since you didn't buy them from us, if we break them, we're not responsible. It's like, okay, well, why the fuck would I bother going to you then? Like, that makes it seem like you're likely to break them. Like, are they low-key gonna try and break them? To just, like, get people to, like, oh, well, sorry I broke them, but hey, you could buy a new pair of glasses from us. Like, would they try and pull some shit like that? I wonder. That'd be fucked up. To, like, low-key be like, oh, let me be a little extra firm. So I thought, like, I'm like, yeah, I guess it makes sense, I suppose, but still it's dumb that it's like that at all. I mean, I will forever be in the boat, in my opinion, that something like glasses should be, like, this should be globally covered. Universal healthcare should be a thing and should be covering everything regarding that, but I feel like something as essential as vision, I feel like it's kind of fucked up that it's like, oops, what's that? You're 19 now? Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna help you anymore. Like, it is insane how expensive glasses can be. It is, like, pretty insane that they're allowed to be as expensive as they are. Oh, I like that. Got them nice and faded there. Okay, and then it's like I need like a darker bluish tone, but I don't want to use just this. I mean, we have this. How does this look? I could use that. I could use that for this little little patch of bushes in front of the tree. I think that's a good play. Yeah. Yum. I think this is the best tone that I can use for this. And you know, it's always gonna be a thing, like when you're working, well, even like in grayscale, but I guess in grayscale you don't have the option to use color, but when you are painting or drawing something, when you're making some form of illustration, it is more important to get the tone correct. Tone just being like how light or dark the value is for the color you're putting down, or in grayscale, I guess technically it wouldn't be a color, but it is a lot more important to get your tone correct than it is to get the exact color correct. For something like this, for example, like how there are many times where it's like, oops, I don't have a pink, because Nintendo was like, yeah, they don't need a pink. Pink isn't a real color anyways. So it's like, I gotta just improvise. And, you know, it's oftentimes it's not one-to-one. It basically, it's never one-to-one. But if I can get the tone, if I can get the value pretty close, then it'll still work out fine. I could like do a little bit of this if I want to like darken the lower part just a tad. There we go. Yes, that's your art advice of the day that I have definitely said multiple times before in in other Mario Paint paintings, because I think that's a pretty like important concept to be aware of if you're conceptualizing something or drawing something. Like, oh, like, wait, I thought it was on this page the whole time. I thought it was on this page. I was like, why does this look like the exact same as the regular green? I thought for sure I was on the Alolan page. I thought it was on the Echo Fighter page for this one. A little bit of dark over here. I'm extending this way further than I need to, which is fine. Gonna extend a sip of water real quick. Skittles listening to Lady Gaga according to Discord. Shoutouts to Lady Gaga. Yeah, after I brush my teeth, I try and like wait like a half hour before I drink any water. But sometimes I cave. I mean, it's been like at least 20 minutes, which is I think fine. Should be perfectly fine. I'm just thirsty. I'm just a thirsty guy. What can I say? But I've been trying, well, in recent times, but I'm trying a bit more today of like putting like salt in my water. Because I was like just looking up things last night. Well, I've looked it up in the past before, how like, oh, like, you know, I drink a ton of water, but I still don't feel like hydrated sometimes, and I guess people are saying, oh, if you drink a ton of water, but don't increase your salt intake to balance it out, then it'll just kind of all go through you. So if you, I guess if you consume more salt, then your body will retain more of the water, I guess? Is how that works? Question mark? Nutrition and stuff like that is so weird because it's like, oh, you know, if you have too little salt, it's bad for you. If you have too much salt, it's bad for you. If you if you drink too much, or if you have too much salt, it's gonna be like, oops, I'm like super dehydrated because of all the salt. So it's just like, fuck. It's so many things to like know. It's so much to know and keep track of. And I think it can like definitely be a thing that like, oops, I forgot to drink water because I was doing this speedrun and it's been like 2 hours. Oops. Like right now I'm just thirsty. Yeah, so for like a bit there, I was trying putting like a little bit of salt in my water bottle when I drink. But today, I tried putting like extra salt, like compared to what I would usually put in my water, so I'm gonna see how that goes for me. Cause maybe it'll help, maybe it won't help, maybe I'll put in too much, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Yo, good morning, Al Vodka, Pause Champ. I hope you feel amazing from last night. And like, what is even the difference between these two tones? basically the same. Okay, on the CRT, they look a lot different. On my TV, or on OBS, they look a lot different. But on my TV, they look basically the same. Like the right one on my TV, I can tell is a little bit lighter, but they're so like barely distinguishable from each other. Well, that's good to know at least. That's good to know. You slept in a bit? Huge. I also slept in for a while because I just felt like I woke up like 10, which is pretty normal for me to wake up. And then I just fell back asleep for a while because I was just like, oh, I feel so blah right now. Yeah, the left one should be more brown because it's like taking over the brown slot. So it's like, I could see a bit of like brown tones in it. Getting hot in the house. Yeah, it was like, I think at some point the thermostat said it was like 28 Celsius in the house, which 28 C to F. Apparently it's 82 in the house. And Skittles like, I'm miserable, but we have the air on today. So it's like, yep, that was the thing, I guess, that happened. A 39-hour work week ahead of you. Sheesh. I hope it is not too bad. I did actually apply to another place in town here yesterday. Maybe a little not ideal, but I was like, you know, if they happen to hire me, it's like, well, I guess that could be cool. The whole getting money thing could be pretty cool. That part could be pretty neat. So we'll see. It definitely wouldn't be my first pick, but it's like, well, I mean, it'd be something, I guess, right? Something to get me out of the house, and something, you know, get some extra income is always cool. Especially getting something that like I'd be able to like walk to, because it'd only be like a 10, 15 minute walk max. So a lot better than a lot of other people's commutes I know. Oh, whoops. Like David was telling us that like one of his friends, like they're like 2 hours south of here, 2-3 hours south. He said that he applied at like a place like at one of their jobs. And so he said if he gets hired, he would apparently just like stay down there like during the week instead, because it'd be awful to drive like 2-3 hours there and back every day. Like that would just be a waste at that point. But then he said even still from like at like his friend's place down there, it would still be like a 45-minute drive to the office or whatever it is. So I'm like, damn, like even still, it's like you still have a decent bit of a commute, even like if you're down there. So I guess we'll see if that happens for him or not. Yeah, I think just getting something that would make me get out of the house for like even like a couple hours every day. It's like, that'd be pretty nice. I don't know. I think y'all have heard me talk about this a bit. Potentially, but like, yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind something like that. I think it could be pog for the mental state. Just getting out of the house a couple hours every day. I mean, ideally, I guess I should probably actually start like trying to do commission work. I just like haven't really been like in the mindset to do that in recent times. I don't know. It just hasn't like been there for me. But maybe someday. Maybe someday I'll feel up to doing that thing again. It's been a minute since I've done open commissions. I guess I've technically taken a couple, like over the past like few months. And by a few months, probably like if we stretch it back to like the last like 8 months, we'll say. I think over the last like 8 months, I've taken like 2 like private commissions. Well, one being that logo that I mentioned, which I actually never like saw like the final like printout of it. I need to reach out to Eric and be like, yo, how did it go? Because I never heard back from him about it. I need to hear that update. Welcome to the chat room. Why did I get welcome to the chat room? A 4-hour total commute. Yeah, I imagine like he would not do that commute if David like if he got that job, he would not do that commute like staying at home. Like I mean, it'd be a waste of time at that point. Like you'd be actively wasting your own time by doing a 4-hour commute total every day. Find the time to draw a little bit after work, but has not been working. Yeah. I feel that. Can you be the next one? I like sort of forgot-ish about the thing that you asked me for, Justin. But you also like haven't been streaming, or like you haven't really seemed to have any like immediate plans to return to active streaming. So I don't know if that was still a thing I was supposed to do or not, actually. Oop. Hello, Justin. It'll be a thing in time. I guess I think that was in context of like originally, I'm pretty sure you were like expecting to have gone back into streaming like by, I think you said originally it was gonna be like back in like May or back in April. I think you like originally were planning to get back into it. I think that's what I remember you told me was the original idea, and then that didn't happen. Which be the way of the road. It's just how it goes. Way of the road at Blue Bob, who fucking left yesterday at like 9 AM or 8 AM. Lovers. Yeah, he left early AF yesterday, Sag. He said goodbye like before I went to bed because he was like, yeah, if I wake up at like 8 AM or something, I'll probably just like head out so I can like try and beat the traffic and such. And we're like, yeah, that's understandable. And I was saying to David, because it was like David, Skittle, and I on Blue Bob. And so when Blue Bob went up to bed, I was like, see, David, this is like the part of GDQ like where we're all sad because we're partying and someone leaves. Like this is GDQ reference right there. It's like they leave on like Friday. It's like blubbers. Active streaming until next year. Sheesh. Well, hopefully my brain will be functional enough and not stoopy to do the thing for you by then. Do you think he beat the traffic? He better have beat the traffic. Otherwise he left for nothing. But he left his leftover sesame chicken here. So it's kind of pog. That's kind of poggies, right? Yeah, also, when we were playing Mario Party, on Saturday night. We played Mario Party 2, which firstly, I do not remember Mario Party 2 having so many fucking mashing minigames. I'm like, oh my god, why is every minigame a fucking mashing game? But then fucking David. He's the first player. He's the very first player to roll. Turn 1, roll 1, he lands on a hidden star block. I'm like, bruh. We're all like, bruh. That should have been an immediate tequila shot, honestly. I should be like, all right, we're taking a tequila shot for that one. Cause that was messed up. I was like, bruh. I've never seen that before. Turn 1, fucking hidden star block. Like, that was actually insane. We played Spaceland, which I was fucking stuck in purgatory for what felt like 5 turns. I was just stuck at the top of the screen in that line because there's like the police or whatever that you can activate from the happening space, and there's like 4 question mark spots at the top there. And it's like, oops, if you land on the question mark spot, you get sent back to the far left. And it was awful. I don't remember that board being so annoying about that. I was like, what? I don't remember it being like this back in the day. I always remember Spaceland being pretty cool. But I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Westernland. I think Skittles said like, oh, last time I played, we played Westernland, so I don't want to play Westernland, and I'm like, valid. That's very valid. I don't remember which one was my, cause I feel like Spaceland I always liked. Westernland is good. The Hootenanny, that's a definite Anna reference. Damn, if you look up Mario Party 2 maps with a backslash in there, oops. The first one is Westerland. Oh, Horrorland. Horrorland is a fucking classic, actually. Horrorland goes hard. Pyroland's pretty good. Bowserland, I think that one could be kind of fucked up. I think Horrorland might be my favorite one. Especially because it has like the Super Boo in there, whatever it's called. Like the Giga Boo. Like you'd never see that. Like that's like a unique thing to that. And Mysteryland or whatever it's called, that one's pretty neat too. It was always interesting to me how for Bowserland, that's the only one where the characters are in like their default outfit. Since that's the gimmick from, or like the little fun thing for Mario Party 2, everyone's in like a costume, which everyone likes that part of Mario Party 2. But for Bowserland, you're just in like your default fit. I always thought that was interesting. And they had like the epic anime cinematic for whoever wins. It's like a little bit of a show going on, like, oh shit. And the superstar is, and it's like, oh wait, Bowser's causing some fuckery. Please help us. It's always the Koopas getting fucked up in those cutscenes. Oh, that one. That was back when Twitter was a good, well, I actually don't know if it was good still, but it was like usable at least back then. Yeah, that was like a trend that people were doing, I think. That was like a trend I remember people doing. Shoutouts. Shoutouts to that one. Mario Party 3 is still my GOAT though. Mario Party 3 forever my favorite Mario Party. Because your favorite Mario Party is whichever one you played the most growing up. Like, that's just how it works. I don't make the rules, that's just how it works. But like, Mario Party 3 minigames, overall, banger. Boards, banger. Like, they just cooked with Mario Party 3. I think it's interesting, Mario Party 2, it has new minigames, but a lot of its minigames are just like reused from Mario Party 1, aka they're better versions of Mario Party 2 minigames. Which is interesting. Because Mario Party 1 is a fucked game. That is a whack game. The dual boards. The last time I played the dual mode in Mario Party 3 was with Vince, and I won every minigame and I still lost because I got unlucky and could never walk behind him to attack him. Like it just never happened a single time. It was just actually I played better and got fucked by RNG. Runs in the blood, I guess. But it's a cool concept still. Single player mode, yeah, there actually being like a single player mode and like a little bit of like a mini story thing going on. Pretty neat. Pretty neat considering it's like Mario Party of all things. Because I feel like a lot of the other Mario Parties don't have like any kind of single player mode, I'm pretty sure. Okay, why is it deadass been like over a month of the notifications button on Twitch just not working? Like I click on it and it just like loads forever. Is it like an ad block thing? Like is it uBlock like fucking it up or something, I wonder? Because it's been so long and it just hasn't worked for me. I'm like, is this shit ever gonna work again? Four had a single player mode thing? Okay. I forget like what it even was, but in 3 there was the whole like plot twist of like, oops, the Millennium Star is actually the bad guy this whole time. Whoopsie, you didn't see that one coming. Or you did. I don't know. I don't know. I just remember even like that little like the mini game you play against the Millennium Star where it's like you're in that like little like star board thing, you have to like throw the shooting stars back at the Millennium Star. Like I don't know, that felt so like unique, I guess, because like me as a kid doing that is like, whoa, like it's so different than like anything else in the game, so it always like struck me as like being like really cool. Just boiled down to winning each board once and kicking Bowser's ass once again. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, in the Mario Party 3 one, you had to win the board map, and then you had to win a duel, I think, against like a character, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, that shit was kind of litty, honestly. That shit was pretty lit. I can't lie, it was pretty lit. Yeah, Mario Party 3 is the best Mario Party, what can I say? What can I say? Oh, okay. The bridge is just barely offset, thank fuck. That's like, I feel like an important part of this painting, making the bridge being offset. Like, you don't want the bridge to be dead center. But yeah, it's like just offset in mine. I think it's like a little more offset in Bob's, but it's fine. Game guy winning those impossible odds mini games, the roulette one. Yeah, the roulette game guy one is fucked. My favorite was always the jumping one where it's like the staircase of 7. And it's like, okay, game guy rolls first. And then you roll next. And then it's like, he'll choose to stay or roll. And then you can choose to stay or roll. I don't know. That one was always fun to me. That one always felt fun. The roulette one always felt so rare. Like, that one you never see, I feel like. Like, I feel like the Toad in the Box, well, the Toad in the Box is a Mario Party 2 minigame name, but like the Toad versus Baby Bowser in the box, like that, yeah, and like the Chain Chomp Cake one. I feel like those were like the common ones. The staircase one, I feel like being a little bit less common. Oh, and Mario Party 3 had like the hidden items. The super secret like giga items. That shit was cool. Yeah, Mario Party 3 is the best one. I think we can all agree on that one, right, guys? Not the sneeze, allegedly. I'm almost glad 3 didn't have the minigame coaster / minecart mode 1 and 2 had. I didn't realize 1 also had that. But yeah, I've barely ever played Mario Party 1. I didn't own Mario Party 1 for a long time growing up. But then at some point I got it, I remember, from like some local, like from Kijiji. Shout outs to Kijiji. From some random dude off there. Cause I remember it was like, oh, I have like 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, I need 1 and 4. Me being like 10 or something, like, oh, I need 1 and 4. Because for some reason we didn't have 4. We used to have 4. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if I have 4 right now or not. I honestly don't remember what the current situation is of my Mario Party scenario. I'm not sure what's going on with that one. 3 had a lot of RNG minigames. Did it? I don't remember if 3 did or did not. Despite having to buy it for Secret Santa. Who was that? Was it Yoshi? Question mark that you got Mario Party 1 for? I don't remember who it was if it wasn't Yoshi. But my final answer is Yoshi. Oh, I was right. Damn, I was there apparently. I was apparently there. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, me. Yeah, that minigame is so fucked. The guessing game. That one is a fucked minigame. Because it ends up being like, if you're both like if you're both on like the second one, but the other person's like ahead of you, like they're already in 2 and then you're about to enter 2, like if they fuck up, then assuming you're not like drunk blackout tier, you can just auto win. That minigame is awful. It's a battle minigame, I think, or is it no, it's a duel. Yeah, it's a duel. But 3 also has Vine with me. That's a sick minigame. Good morning. There actually won't be a single pink pixel. There's not like an even hint of red. I think the white parts of the water might have a tiny bit of red potentially in it. It's hard to tell for sure. Like at the bottom, there might be just a little smidge of red, like just speckled in there. I might do that if I was painting this one, but I don't know if you did that. Yeah, Skittles telling me before I went live, like, oh, you better make sure that pink pixel is in the correct spot. And I'm like, oh, I will make sure to put it in the right spot. Don't you worry. Okay, good morning, Mighty. I am doing well. How about you? How's it going? That's definite. You and Skittle playing Overwatch or whatever it is y'all do in that server. Is that what you guys do? I honestly have no idea. I'm just here painting. I'm just painting. Painting some Marios. You've never played Overwatch? Same. I have never played a hero shooter. Enjoy the walk to the grocery store, Owl. I hope it is exciting and hopefully it's not too hot out today for the walk. Yeah, I've never really played like any shooters at all, hardly. Like, I remember a long time ago, I played like a very small amount, like by a small amount, I mean like a singular session of like, I guess whatever the newest Call of Duty would have been back then. Like I probably played like 2 or 3 hours of Black Ops 2 or whatever it might have been in like 2014. I don't know how that happened, it just kind of happened. And then I played like a little bit of Tribes Ascend back in like 2013. I guess we were on our Fortnite arc for like a couple of years, but we're kind of all off that now because that game kind of, in my opinion, sucks these days. In my humble opinion, I think the game is not very good anymore, unfortunately. And also the person who runs it is a giant dumbass. So it makes me feel more inclined to not want to touch it. Co-op games like that scare me because I'm worried about letting people down. I can understand that one. It especially sucks in like team games like that. People get like really toxic about like anything and everything. Like when we were playing Smite more, Smite being a MOBA, when we were playing that more, like it would definitely, you know, suck if you got someone on your team who just like wasn't very good. But also it's just like, as long as they're not like actively like just feeding or like being an asshole, it's like less offensive. But it's also like, man, like, come on, blubbers. But it's not like the person's fault that they just got put in our game, because like we've had it where it's like, yep, like we're account level like 200 something, and this person's account level like 40 or something. And like, why are they in our game? How'd they get in our game? And I think it's usually because they're queued up with like somebody. Like that's how it usually would go. Like, oops, they were in a party with somebody who was like higher level. But so that's just like an unfortunate scenario, I think, more than anything. But I was definitely not out here BMing people if they were just not very good, because it's more times than not just like, oops, they got put into a match that they like shouldn't have even been put in. You got some new blinds and put them up. I was in Tampa for the weekend. It was nice. Were you just like hanging out with friends, or or was there like an event going on potentially? I'm not a knower if there might have been some kind of fun thing happening. Okay, check it. We put dark green down here, right? Visiting a friend, huge. We had Blue Bob visiting on the weekend. So I guess this was just like the hanging out with friends weekend, based on our sample size of 2. Say that was good. He drove like 6 hours to hang out with us. And he didn't end up staying for too long. He got here like Friday night at like 9 p.m. or just before 9, and then he left. He left Sunday at like 8 a.m. or something like that. A little unfortunate he didn't stay for Sunday, but I guess he was like, I want to chill on, like I want a day to recuperate, since today is a holiday for the Canadians at least. Happy Victoria Day. Where's Prack at? He's not even at work today. He's like, ugh, butter I'm rating right now. Ugh. Also, new blinds is huge. I know Skittle got like some blinds, like, well, it's been a few months at this point, but newer blinds than the previous blinds that were up there existing prior. So that was pretty interesting. It's like, whoa, new blinds. We like new stuff. You drove 9 hours? Dang. I've never driven that far, ever. Like, I have barely driven long distances in my life. The furthest I've ever driven is 1 hour, like a bit more than an hour away. And that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago I did that. And like that time when I did it, I remember like it was like a fucked winter storm, and I could barely see in front of me, and like you couldn't see the lines like on the road at all. So I remember I was just like following like this like truck that was in front of me or something. Like they're making the lane for me and I'm just following them. It was like pretty sketch. I hated it. I hated that. Like that part was awful. Because driving in a giga winter storm like that is not fun. Definitely not ideal. Except for having to go through Atlanta. Is Atlanta like super duper traffic? I'm imagining it's something like downtown Toronto, which I thankfully have never had to drive through, because I've been in downtown Toronto in a car a couple of times, being a passenger, and it was fucked. we were in Toronto like literally the week before the pandemic happened back in 2020. And I remember we were there, we were downtown Toronto the night like some Toronto Raptors basketball game was happening. And where we were at like at a intersection, and it cycled from like green to red like 3 times, and we didn't move because there were so many cars. It'll always live rent-free in my head of my friend saying like, yo, we just rolled like a 0 in Mario Party. And it's like, you know, we kind of did just roll a 0 in Mario Party. We just didn't get to move on our turn. So yeah, it was like insane. Like it definitely would have been less bad if it wasn't a big basketball game night. But I guess it being Toronto, it gets pretty bad down there either way. Atlanta's always busy and just kind of a nightmare to get through. It's like any big city. Checks out. Which I am thankful for not having to deal with driving in heavy traffic like constantly. I am thankful that's not a thing I have to deal with. Like I know many other people would have to deal with that. Like I guess it counts as a city. The city I lived in for college, like that, like isn't as big as Toronto, but it's bigger than where I live right now. But thankfully, like I didn't have to deal with driving because I just walked everywhere, and thankfully, like everything, like things that I needed were within walking distance, which was extremely fortunate. I am forever thankful for that part of not having to deal with driving in that city. I don't think it would have been like too horrible, but I would have like walking places is definitely usually just more fun. Crazy that walkable cities are like huge W and should be more common. Didn't have an ATM near me to deposit though, so I would have to walk a mile in the downtown area. When I started working at the Quiznos that I worked at in college area, so previously at McDonald's when I worked there, they just did direct deposit into my bank account, so I didn't have to do a damn thing. Just every 2 weeks I'd just get money, and it's like, yay, I didn't have to do anything other than work. But at Quiznos, they gave me checks. Like the guy gave me checks that I had to cash in, and my bank, I think there was one location that was like a 40-minute walk or something, and I think I walked it one time, and then I found out that I could just like deposit the check through the phone app, which was a huge W that they let you do that. So that went really hard doing that, because it meant I didn't have to walk like 40 minutes every week or something, every 2 weeks, to just deposit a check, because I don't think there was anything else in that area I needed other than depositing the check. Oh, hey Prank. I saw that and I was like, oh, Prank is 100%, yeah, like he's typing it like that because he's at home and not on his phone right now. Hey Prank. College, you walked everywhere. The location for the house I lived in was like broken AF because it was like in this residential block that was like right in between my college, which was like a 5-minute walk. And then if you go the opposite, so if you like at the house I'm at, if you go this way, it's like 5-minute walk to the college. And then if you go the opposite direction from my house, it's like a 5-minute walk to like a Walmart and like a just a lot of stores in the opposite direction. So it was like a broken location to live in. It was so OP. And I would love to live in an area like that again. But I don't know if like all the houses in that area were college, were student residences or not. I'm not sure. But living in an area like that would be like a super cool. I imagine one day down the road, I'll probably have to get a car someday. Because having a car is super nice, but also having a car is a giant pain in the ass. And I don't want to deal with one for a long while. I don't want to deal with owning one. Are you enjoying your day off, Prank? I hope it's amazing. I didn't draw the trees. I have to draw the trees still. Oh my god. I was thinking, I'm like low-key almost done. I'm like, oh, the trees. All right, fuck it. Time to just move back to that area. Time to just move back into that college house again. I wonder if the same people or like the same landlords still own that place or not. Honestly, at this point in time, it would probably be so weird to ever like step foot in that house again. That'd probably feel like really odd. Like, have you ever moved out of a house and then went back into it like some years later? Has anyone ever done that? I've definitely never done that before. I guess it's like a pretty like uncommon scenario you'd have to be in. Because it would probably have to be like, oops, you know the people who live there, or you just walked up to it and just knocked on the door. I was like, hey, can I come in here real quick? I used to live here. You have to like explain something like that to whoever lives there. Same with like the first college house, because I lived in 2 houses during college, and I remember like, because me and 2 of my friends, we like agreed like, oh yeah, we like all get a place together. That was like part of the plan. But like the place that I lived at, it was just me living there. But then like in the summer, we like found a place and it was like, oh, this has a floor with 3 rooms on it and there's 3 of us. Boom. I remember my landlords of like the first place I lived at, they were like sad to see me go. Like they like were really trying to be like, oh, well, like maybe like down the street or something, like we know someone who has like a house there they could like move into. And I was just straight up like, nah, sorry. Which they didn't like pry too hard, thankfully, I guess, because I think they just genuinely actually liked having me there, because I was like not a shitty person to have in their house. Thankfully. So I think they were just like sad about that part. They were like, oh, we had someone who was hype. Because when I moved into like the first college house, I remember like just going in there and like, you know, checking out the place. And apparently like after I moved in there at some point, they were like, the people who lived there were telling me like, yeah, like we got like a bunch of weird people like coming through, like looking at the place to like move in. And then you came in and we were like, oh my god, it's just a normal person. So I'm like, damn, what kind of weirdos did they get like looking to like move in? Because I remember when I lived in that college place still, when somebody was like looking to move in, like they had us like they sat us down. Like the landlords sat us down with like me and like the people living there, and they were like, you know, trying to be like, yo, like which people seem like vibes to you? Like they were genuinely like really chill, the landlords. They were super cool, because they were like trying to see like, oh, like which person do you think seems like you guys would vibe with the most. Like, so I appreciate that. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. They did that. I think it's pretty cool of them. Because I imagine most landlords don't do that. And those landlords, when I left, they took me out to dinner. They took me out to Swiss Chalet, which is not my favorite restaurant by any means, but it was still a nice gesture on their part that they did that at all, because they didn't have to by any means. So shouts to those people that I think I still have in my e-transfer history. Could just email them like, yo, what's up? Remember me? You lived on campus all 4 years of college. You never looked into any properties to rent. So one of my friends, he did live on campus for like a year, because he took some like introductory course, and it was just like, I think like basically like pre-graphic design like sort of things, because he ended up taking the same graphic design course I was in. But yeah, he took that like preliminary or like just like introductory course that was like a year thing prior. And I remember he said that like it worked out to being that like living on campus was like $900 a month on average. Like it didn't, like he didn't pay monthly, but I think he worked it out to be about $900 a month, which was insane. Because I think at the first college place I was paying like $350 a month or something maybe, and then at the second place I think it was like it was a bit more. It was like $400 I think a month. But I was just like, bro, like, so like when he told me that, I was like, yeah, hell nah, I'm not living on campus. Which could have been interesting. Like I never had that experience of living on campus at college. Don't know if I ever will, because like I don't have any plans to ever do schooling again. Like, I feel like at this point in time, I couldn't see myself, like, going back to do any schooling that I couldn't just, like, teach myself at home, probably, or, like, do some short online thing, is my thought process right now. And, like, I know with my college, if you lived on campus, you were forced to buying their overpriced meal plan. Source is my friend who lived on campus there, which is unfortunate because it was like definitely a pretty big scam. And it was like, if you didn't use like all your meal plan credits by the end of the semester, then it just would like reset. Like you wouldn't like carry anything over. So it basically just like went to waste, which was fucked up. Fucked up that they just like were they were just doing that, like no remorse. Unlucky. Yeah, I don't know, like it'd be so weird like ever doing like schooling stuff again. Like, I guess I wouldn't like completely rule it out as like as a 0% chance, but I also like couldn't imagine like anything I would go into school for at this point in time. You had to make a boba stomp, pause champ. Choking on something? Pausers? Walking uphill in this heat strip killed me. That's valid. That's understandable. Yeah, when on a Saturday, we were outside walking for like a good bit with us, me, Skittle, David, Blue Bob. We went on a pretty decent walk. It was nice. It was nice we were like able to go out for like a little bit of an adventure with the boys. Had a good time with that one. We got to show Blue Bob this nice area in town that's like down by the water that we couldn't go last time he was here, like almost a year ago, because when we tried bringing him there like last year, it was so fucking busy. Like there were so many cars we couldn't like park down there at all. Because I think we were going, yeah, like we weren't doing anything downtown in particular. I think we were just passing through to go to the Chad ice cream place. But I was like, ooh, we could go down here real quick while we're here. And then it was like, yeah, there's too many cars. Like literally couldn't get a parking spot, and so we just didn't go. So we got the redemption arc a year later, which goes hard because it's a nice little area. Look at the water. We like water. And speaking of water, there being a lot of water in this painting, and by a lot of water, I mean, honestly, relative to the size of the canvas, not a whole lot of water compared to other paintings I've done. But I think this painting, we might just consider this one a finished painting, I might say. So, looks good to me. We got the bridge in and all that, so GG. Done. Thanks for watching on YouTube, if you made it this far, and we'll see you in the next one.